Oh, I don't have my blanket. Oh well. There seems to... Welcome to Unspoken Reflections. There seems to be a common misconception where people think that just because you are now on ADHD medication, like you can do everything correctly, or life just magically gets better. It doesn't. Like today, the problem is I should be taking it at the same time every day, right? But I get distracted, and if I don't take it first thing in the morning, I forget to take it until like 10 a.m. But by that time, there's things that I should be doing. And the thing is, when you take it, if you're not already doing something proactive and you're sat on your phone, best believe you're going to doom scroll for 2 hours because you hyper focus on the activity that you're currently doing. That is why the best thing to do is take the medication after eating and get out the door or start working. I have really been struggling for the past few days. I say the past few days, it's probably been about 7 to 10 days now, where I've gone back on one of my medications. And my body's starting to adapt to it again, and my mood is fluctuating all over the place. I feel very bothered, but I'm not sure about what. So I'm having to sit in my feelings at the moment, and it's uncomfortable, but you don't grow from comfort. You do not get better by staying comfortable in anything, whether that's your mood, whether that's your work, whether that's your lifestyle. You're never going to grow from staying comfortable. I don't feel lost, but I do feel very agitated and displaced. So I'm going to write it down because as much as I used to say, journaling makes me cringe, it's actually really helped me because the minute I write my thoughts and feelings down on paper, it kind of leaves my head. Not fully, but it's like I've offloaded. So, yeah, medication doesn't fix everything. It's helped me stop being paralyzed to the point where I would leave washing for days on end because I couldn't. There's like a missing link. So, you know what you have to do, and you know what needs to be done to get to the end result, but there's a missing link in the middle, and you can't transition from start to end. It's the same with being in the car, going to the gym. I sit, if I'm alone, I will sit for a good 10 minutes because the transitioning to get out of the car to go into the gym is really difficult. Same thing when I get home. I usually sit in the car for like 5 to 10 minutes. It's a transitioning period, and people with ADHD, you might realize it or you might not, but that transitioning period is part of your symptoms. And it's all starting to piece together with how things worked in school. I keep getting flashbacks of like my English GCSEs, and I was a mess. And we're talking like 14 years ago now. I remember when I got diagnosed with BPD and things just didn't make sense. That was at 18. Like, yes, I probably was very, very symptomatic at the time, and I might have been able to heal from certain parts of that. But as I've got older, it does seem to be more on the ADHD side, maybe intertwined, but it's very common for BPD to be misdiagnosed. That being said, a label does not define who I am, but it has helped me to understand why I can't do certain things the same as everyone else. And it's given me an opportunity to actually take the mask off and be the person that I am underneath everything. Because I genuinely have started this process of like, I should not care what people expect of me, because at the end of the day, I'm the only one here. Yes, there's certain morals and values intertwined with that, but as a whole, I should not care about what people think of me, because I am who I am, and that's not going to change. Everything that I've experienced comes down to who I am, and I'm starting to become proud of the person that I am. I'm starting to really enjoy her company, and I'm really excited to rediscover her and what that looks like going into my 30s. Which means I'm going to be a full-grown adult. Like, I'm sad to be leaving my 20s, but someone very close to me said that in your 30s you actually stop caring and life starts to get a lot better mentally because of that reason. And I think he was right. But I guess we're going to find out. I feel like there's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of lessons. But there's also been so much good. And I'm just happy to reach the other side. I truly, truly am. If anything, these past 2 years have been incredibly tough. And I've definitely learnt boundaries. I've learnt to speak up for myself. And I've also learnt that you cannot expect people to be how you are. Whether that's your behavior, your mannerisms, your intentions, you cannot expect other people to be as you are and do as you would do, because it's going to get you hurt. Family, friends, acquaintances, work, all of it intertwined. Stop expecting, because we don't truly know what that person's dealing with. And you also need to not, I think it's really hard when you've got ADHD, you suffer with something called RSD, which is rejective sensitivity disorder, which means that you saying to me, oh, did you not enjoy that? Will incredibly hurt me. And I might not show it, but I will feel the most gut-wrenching feeling. That's the only way to describe it. Someone will feel really stressed around me, and because I can feel their emotion and they're saying, oh no, this has happened, that's happened, I can feel it and it physically affects me. I take on a lot of people's feelings, and that's definitely something that I need to stop doing. But on that note, I'm going to write down my feelings. I'm going to self-reflect on them and feedback.